Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. And whenever you are tuning into this video, my name is James Porcelli.
I'm Brian Thomas.
And welcome to another edition of the Ruthless Talk podcast. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Father's Day out to y'all. Happy shout out to my dad. Happy Father's Day. Love you, sir.
Yes. No, very well said, Brian. Happy Father's Day to as well my dad. Shout out to him. Again, I don't know if he watches this podcast. He's not the biggest pro wrestling fan, but if he's watching this, shout out to him as well.
Either way.
And shout out to all the loving fathers that are pro wrestling fans and do watch this platform. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Father's Day or has joined their Father's Day, as I'm sure most of you guys will check this out the following day, Monday morning or sometime on Monday. But for today, ladies and gentlemen, today is all about Friday Night SmackDown. This is technically the post Money in the Bank show for SmackDown, as we will get into a lot of things that happened in this show. We got R-Truth to talk about. We got John Cena in not just one segment, but two. Even a backstage segment from this past Friday. We got the Queen and King of the Ring. We got Jacob Fatu. We got Solo and a bunch of other stuff that we will discuss in this very show. Yes, unfortunately, we did not have time to discuss AEW this week. Unfortunately, just a very crazy schedule on both of our parts, but we will be talking some AEW at some point. I was able to catch some segments involving Swerve and Will Ospreay in a matchup. I did watch an exchange that happened with Mercedes and Tony Storm. You know, you got Hurt Syndicate at MJF, as well as the contract signing between Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, that they are unifying both of those titles. And a very interesting name. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you guys will know. Very interesting.
What two titles are they? So it's tell me what they are. I can't remember.
It's the Continental Classic title. And the International Championship title.
Okay, gotcha.
So they have
Let me guess. Let me guess. No, I'll save it because I haven't seen it, but I absolutely know what it is.
We'll both save it when we do have time to discuss some AEW in the future. We'll talk about that as far as that is concerned in the near future, as far as AEW All In, which we will talk about in the near future as well, and many things involving AEW and their product. However, for today, ladies and gentlemen, it is about SmackDown. So we will go over this entire 3 hours and it's in full from each segment, from each matchup, as once again, it was a show that, let's just say, was all over the place.
There were a few moments. It was like all over the place, but there were a few moments that really stuck out to me that I was like, all right, you know, but we'll get into it.
We'll definitely get into it. So why don't we start from the jump, man, with the very, very first segment of this show. We have John Cena himself that starts off the night. He's interrupted by Cody Rhodes. He's interrupted by Randy Orton. And then he's interrupted by LA Knight. Pretty much everybody going after Cena saying, I want the title. No, I want the title. No, I want the championship. And then
I deserve it. I deserve it. No, I do.
Exactly. In a nutshell, that's what this was for at least the first 10 some odd minutes. John Cena says, screw this. He walks out of the ring and he's met by R-Truth. He attacks him from behind, brawls with him on top of the rampway. And that's pretty much how the show starts as a whole. So let me say this. And I just posted a story about this whole situation. And as much as I love this new side of R-Truth and the ideas of where you could go, and honestly, outside of R-Truth, out of maybe you can say Naomi, and maybe you can say a few other things that is the only things that have any slight of interest of what's going on in this company, right? Mm-hmm. But here's where I have to take a step back to where, all right, look, R-Truth, he's clearly going to be in this shtick with John Cena. He's either going to, like you said, Brian, in an episode, I think it was just from the Monday Night Raw review that we did, so where, you know, he's going to most likely either cost Cena this championship or be a helping hand, or shit, I don't see it happening, but yeah, he could.
Well,
Take
because
that
of what
title
is
away.
coming, yeah, I don't think it's happening, but
Right,
yeah.
exactly. But either way, he's going to take part of Cena, I guess, losing this championship, right? Here's my problem, Brian. Here's my one slight problem. The fact of the matter is that R-Truth and him pretty much we talked about how this company did not want him back. It was pretty obvious, right? You know, we've discussed like whether it's a work or it's not a work. Guys, they didn't want this dude back. For how R-Truth came back and how everything was kind of just, I guess you can say, misplaced of like all of a sudden, like now he wants to attack John Cena after you already had the match at Saturday night's main event. Because, Brian, I will say this, to me, this R-Truth storyline for how organic this should feel and how this, honestly, for WWE should fall in their lap, it should really be taken place as R-Truth versus the establishment.
Ron
Right?
Killings.
Or Ron Killings, if we want to go by Ron
Yeah.
Killings, right? I'm so used to just calling this dude.
I know,
But
yeah,
Ron Killings versus the establishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where with John Cena, like he's not really the establishment. If he was aligned with The Rock, if The Rock had some sort of part and been along with this story, it would have made sense for R-Truth to attack somebody like Cena because Cena apart with The Rock and people that did not want to re-sign, quote unquote, R-Truth back to this company, that would make sense. But John Cena's not a part of the establishment. Instead, he's out there and he starts a brawl with John Cena. And then and again, spoiler alert, later on the night, he does the exact same thing. And not only that, Brian, but the dude was legit through this segment just a spoke on the wheel. He was one of 5 people that had an issue with John Cena.
Yeah.
And that's how we're building momentum with R-Truth and this potential storyline, or this, I guess you could say, redemption storyline. It's just kind of weird, man. So where like you place LA Knight, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes, and then there's R-Truth, to where this dude came back and was so over so organically, coming back into this company, getting a new contract, and all he's doing is just repetitive brawls with John Cena. I don't know, man. It's just very odd to me. It's just very weird. And he's now already going to have this match with Cena. You pretty much booked him as pretty much just a spoke on the wheel 2 nights ago, to where he was one of 5 people that had a issue with John Cena, to where the issue should be with the establishment, the people that was holding them back, that did not want to bring him back to the company, which is why you're doing the thing with like him wearing the hood over his head and with the mask and like coming in this way and that way or sideways, whatever the fuck, right? I don't know. It's just like, you know, we talk about Daniel Bryan's storyline and how organic that felt, because legit, the company did not want to put the rocket on this dude, and the company had no choice but to, and they made a storyline out of it. And kudos to Triple H. He played his role very, very well during that time, as well as with Kofi Mania and so many other stories that we can go down the line. For R-Truth, what does John Cena have anything to do with the establishment that you organically are turning into a work as the guy that was been released from the establishment, from the company? You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue, is just that this doesn't feel like it's building any momentum or building up any steam at all. But Brian, what are your takes, man, as far as this opening segment and R-Truth attacking Cena in the staging area?
I'm mixed on it, man. When it was just initially Cena and Punk, Cena on his own, I thought that was a pretty decent promo. I liked it. When Cena and Punk were out there together, I mean, I think Punk kind of, I'm not saying it was like his best, but I mean, kind of lit it up like he usually does. So
right,
that was good. And, you know, it was one of those things where, like, now, yes, here comes Orton and here comes LA Knight. And you can see where this is already like a fatal 4-way, a triple threat to see who goes on to face Cena. It's going to be something like that. And also, like, I don't, you know, you and I have talked about this, I mean, probably since Cody came back. Like the Orton and Cody story, that can't be mixed in here with Cena and a title run. You know,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
man, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. So that's kind of one of the like, what the fuck. Um, and then so I kind of thought initially, I kind of thought it was going to end there, right? So I'm like, okay, it's whatever. This is going to be the 4-way triple threat, whatever.
Hmm.
And I legit did get a good pop when Killings came out because maybe I was half-assed not paying attention, but I just wasn't expecting it. So I mean, I thought that was kind of good, but you're kind of touching on it now, where I think, man, personally, I would not have a problem if they booked Killings throughout the summer to be the guy to take that from Cena. I'd have no problem with it.
Hmm.
I think what is a more likely scenario with R-Truth, Ron Killing's character, is that it would be somebody in a supporting kind of role to call Cena to be a whatever.
Yeah.
But I think they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot here, like you said. I mean, this is like
Right.
an organic
Yeah.
thing, and they announced the match next week.
Yeah. Like,
Next, like
right.
that's far too. Even again, you don't have to wait till November, December. But I mean, shit, you right now. I mean, come on, man, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, like once that happens next week, which yes, he's inlet. They ain't no way they're gonna. Because here's the thing where here's the thing where I think people, right? It's I don't know, man. I can see right through the bullshit. Like I could see them being like, okay, we're having the match, and somehow, some way, Killings beats him and becomes the champion, right? Which was obviously never the plan, and I don't think they're going to do that. But if they did it, they play it off in a way where like, oh, well, you fans wanted him back, and yeah, sure,
Sure.
but you
Right.
gotta make the shit make sense, dude.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit is just like that's the kind of like I don't know the bullshit um like the sneaky bullshit booking. Like yeah,
Hmm.
it seems like oh here's a opportunity, but you know what the
Yeah.
fuck you're doing as
It's
far as
like,
like storyline wise.
yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
So that's where I don't know where he goes after that. Because kind of like you said, like he doesn't need to go after Cena in particular.
Yeah. No.
Um,
Right.
you know, so I don't know, man. But I did. I loved when he came out and gave him that little beating. Um, I just, man, do right by this man for fuck's sake. Do right by that man. God damn it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's just like people say, "Oh, at least he's not part of any comedic story, like any comedic segments anymore." Is that like the bar now? He's no longer the
Right.
comedian. That's just the bar now.
Okay.
Like it's just I'm like, okay, cool. All right, you bring him back, and it's just like, all right, you're having him. The only thing that you have is that he's just attacking Cena. It's
Right.
just like what like
And
come
like you
on, man.
said, amidst three other guys, LA
Right?
Knight, Orton,
Yeah.
and Cody.
He
Yeah, I
was he
mean,
was he was just a spoke on the wheel. That's just how he was booked
yep,
along with four
yeah.
other fucking people. It was just very fucking weird, man. So where like if you wanted to continue this with Cena, this is why people I don't understand why they think that this is a work. If our truth really had a problem with Cena, and if this was really a work about his contract and whether he was legit released or not, bro, he would have showed up either Friday night or SmackDown whooping this dude's ass if he really had a problem with Cena. He wasn't. He was doing this comedic joke, comedic shtick with Jimmy
Hmm.
Uso. And
Right.
ruffling feathers with who? It was with Solo and with JC
And
Mateo.
JC,
Like,
yeah,
stop. No,
yeah.
man. The real beef and animosity that's going to make this feel organic if he's going after the establishment, right? Whether it
Hmm.
is with The Rock and with Cena. If The Rock was a part of it for John Cena
Which
to
still
go
could, I mean,
after,
that still could come back, the Rock Cena tie-in.
I
It could come
guess
back later,
they're going to have to
yeah.
really make sense of that at some point.
Right, right,
Absolutely.
right.
Which, yeah, again, it could still happen. But again, they're going to have to really like pick up the pace because this week
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
it just did not feel like that momentum skyrocketed when this dude was cutting his dreads off and cutting that promo on the freaking announce table, man. It's just like this dude, Ron Killings, it's him versus the establishment. Maybe not the authority, right? Like an authoritative gimmick like general manager role, but the actual like establishment, like to where like this dude has been that over. This dude is organically got on the side of so many pro wrestling fans because of this situation. Use that to your advantage and book him against the establishment. John Cena, as of right now, has nothing to do with the establishment. He's there just attacking Cena.
Right.
Why? Because you already had the match at Saturday night's main event. You completely switched gears. And now, like, after his release, after the exchange with Solo and JC, now you just want to say, oh, it's a work because now he's beating up Cena because he got sent through a table at a media scrum. The fuck? I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird.
But also remember that Orton and Cody story too, man. Don't fucking blow it on this, man.
No,
don't waste it here, dude.
No, and that's what I feel like they're gonna do, bro. It's gonna be the semifinals. You know, it's gonna be. I mean, it's Sammy and it's Randy Orton. And then you're gonna have freaking Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, because Jey Uso, if you guys know, is the mystery. The mystery wrestler who's going to be taking place in this fatal 4-way match tomorrow night on Raw for the King of the Ring tournament. It's going to be Jey Uso. It's Jey Uso and Cody, right? They're going to set that match up, and it's either going to be two things. It's either going to be Randy Orton versus Cody in the finals, or it's going to be Sammy versus Jey. And for what? Just for Cody to get back to John Cena to have a title? Because I'm pretty sure the winner of this tournament gets a title opportunity, because that's what they did with Nia.
Right.
Who won the King of the Ring last year? I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Last year it was
I know, right?
Nia Jax won last year, and then who was the King of the freaking Ring last?
Was it Priest?
Gunther. I think it was Gunther. It was Gunther.
Yeah.
So so they're gonna get a title match against freaking who is it? Freaking
whoever they choose,
the champion I guess. I think it was Nia Jax. It was against Bayley, and then Gunther was against. Was it Cody? I think it was Cody, because it wasn't against Jey, because Jey wasn't the champion at that point. I don't know. Or no, I think it was. I'm sorry, it was Damian Priest. Damian Priest was the champion. That's right, because he won the world title. That's So we know that that's what's going to happen. They're going to win this turn. Whoever wins this tournament is going to get a title opportunity at SummerSlam. So why does why does Cody, or why does Jey need to win this tournament, miraculously just beat everybody, just to get back at, again, another Gunther match or another Cody versus Cena? Guys, what are we doing? It's just so, Brian, know what it is, bro? If I can say anything about this segment, or even maybe majority of this show involving R-Truth, Cena, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, directionless. That's just what it just feels like, bro. There's no direction with R-Truth. Once he's done with this match with Cena, I just don't know how you're gonna.
You better not, man.
Once
that's like, I don't know if they're just that. I don't know. Yeah, this match to me right now, next week, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. No, it makes no sense.
So that's it really worries me. Like I would have to expect. You can't, right? Like you can't just after all this, they can't just go out and like, okay, here's your other match with Cena, and then you'll be back to some sort of like sidekick-ish whatever. They can't, right?
That's not bro. R-Truth is gonna go right back to where he was, just minus the comedic segments. Bro, he just lost all of his steam and momentum right then and there. It's just like, that's what I mean, bro. You're already doing this match. It's just like you did nothing to evolve this guy's stature and how over this guy has gotten organically. Like, you would think that WWE's like, shit, we can use this to our advantage right now. Let's put R-Truth, Ron Killings against the establishment. Let's really make a story. Oh, but James, he's in there with John Cena. What more can you ask? No, you put him in an actual story. This is not a story. It's just him attacking Cena because, again, he had a match with him at Saturday night's main event, and he put him through a fucking table at a media scrum. Like, stop, man. There's no real actual story within R-Truth here. There was more of a story with him cutting his fucking hair than it was fucking 2 nights ago. It's
Let me ask you this, because I'm still like of the, I guess, mindset that And maybe it's just because that's how I prefer to see it. That
Mhm.
Cena is going to remain a heel throughout the year, and then finally lose it at the end. But they still could, I mean, he's got however many X amount of dates left, right?
Mhm.
It's early in the summer. They could still go a route of he does drop it to somebody, right? Take a little bit of
Mhm.
time off, and then come back and try to work his end as a face. I guess I don't really, we don't know the actual plan, but
Mhm.
yeah, and I say all that to say, like, again, with the Ron Killings and the CM Punk match over in Saudi, I mean, there is a way to involve Killings even now to where he would call Cena the title for somebody, and then maybe Cena goes away for a little bit and then comes back, but who
Yeah.
knows?
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. As far as at least as far as Ron Killings is concerned, like I just don't see any direction. I just see him having this matchup, and then this company's like, I guess we'll go from there as far as having R-Truth be involved in something, right? It's just like you're gonna
Mm,
blow your load for this matchup. We know that Cena's probably gonna have a rematch with Cody, because he's not facing Orton. You're not gonna. I mean, LA Knight. I mean, fuck. Do we need to get into LA Knight? We're gonna get into
yeah,
LA
I mean,
Knight at this
I can't
point.
imagine LA Knight. I mean, do you see him winning King of the Ring to get a title shot? I mean, I can't see him
No,
winning. Yeah.
no. Well, speaking of King of the Ring, let's get into this fatal four-way matchup. You had Randy Orton versus LA Knight, yeah, versus Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black. So Randy Orton does win this match, and he is moving on to the semifinals in the King of the Ring tournament. LA Knight did have the upper hand in this matchup, and it was a interference by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, who cost him this matchup after what happened Monday. You knew where this was heading
Right, right. Yeah.
to where LA Knight. I guess that's his direction. He's going to be kind of in the similar boat that R-Truth is in right now. He's going to be in some sort of like role in having a guy be in a particular spot to go up against the main attraction that right now is Seth Rollins in this alliance, the same way R-Truth is right now with John Cena, with all of these other main characters around him. That's just what LA Knight is. He's just a background dancer at this point, to where like he's going to be involved with Seth and his cronies. And once that's over with, what the fuck is LA Knight doing? And even bro, and even if LA Knight again, even if he won this matchup, bro, if LA Knight was really gonna get pushed, he would have been pushed by now. Like it's
Hmm.
clear as day. Like they don't want to push this dude. He's never been a Triple H guy, and the actions and everything that Triple H has done with this guy and his booking is just, it speaks volumes. It truly freaking does. To where this guy multiple times should have won this briefcase multiple times by now, and you
Hmm.
still for some odd fucking reason don't want to give this dude the rocket. And now he would, even if he would have won this tournament, it would have been a consolation prize, dude. He would have won this freaking tournament, and then what? Is he really gonna beat freaking Cena? Is he really gonna win the world title against someone like a Gunther or a Rollins? Oh, he's fucking not going to. So even if he was winning this tournament, it's like, all right, good for LA Knight. They're not gonna give him this rocket, dude. It's just like it's not happening at all.
Hmm.
So it just sucks, man. I've speaking so much about LA Knight in this situation. I feel like I'm just freaking just a spoke on the wheel at this point and just freaking being so repetitive. But it's frustrating, man. It really is. But Orton wins this match. And again, like you said earlier, Brian, it's just like, Cody and Orton. I really hope that you're not just gonna have that returning face off or matchup just for a finals in a King of the Ring tournament. It's
Right.
just like what, it's just like why. Um, yeah, it's just like, I mean, Carmelo and Alistair were never going to win this match.
Nope.
It was probably going to come down to Orton or LA Knight, God forbid. LA Knight gets taken out by Seth's cronies, so that only leaves Randy Orton, and he won this match. Again, love
Mhm.
Orton.
Sure.
It's just that right now, bro, again, as much as I like Orton, and I know he's got a limited amount of time as well with people like Punk, Cena, and many others, dude. I just don't care unless again you're gonna stick him in there with Cody and maybe have a returning heel Randy Orton or something along those lines. I just don't care about what
Yeah.
Randy Orton and going after a championship as a face, dude. It's just like everything about Orton's booking, LA Knight's booking, it's directionless. And 2 nights ago was just clear as day. But what are your takes, Brian, on this fatal 4-way match and Orton coming out the victor?
I mean, yeah, it was kind of again a fatal 4-way, but you knew there was only two even possible winners, and the same in the second fatal 4-way too. There was only going to be two of the four even had a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, so okay, Orton advances. Yeah, so you're right. It's either Sammy and Jay or Orton and Cody. Um, I mean, out of those four, you know, I mean, cause shit, I would have to say, somehow, some way, it'll be Sammy and Jay, and Sammy is going to wind up being King of the Ring. Because I mean, I don't think you can put it on Jay.
No,
Cody doesn't need another, accolade, King of the Ring. You could go with Orton. I mean, that's a direction, I guess. But I'd have to say, out of those four, it'd be Sammy. That's the way they're going to go. But my biggest takeaway really is kind of like you said, LA Knight, where he's still going to be, I guess, in and around. But I think it's at this point, like, especially in what he's in now.
mm-hmm.
I mean, they're gonna work to obviously put each other over, but I kind of think he's in a position where he's there to put Braun and Bronson over, to have them
that's
elevate.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, it's just a shame, dude. And then let's let's face it, bro. Like, even if again LA Knight would have won this briefcase or would have won this tournament, right? Then he would have been running, or he would have been waltzing around with a scepter and a Burger King crown on his head, because you guys
Right.
damn no that fucking.
Well, I know
crown
they
is gonna
changed
have
it last year, right? I thought they changed it to some kind of. It was like I thought they had come out with like a new design of the crown last year, maybe
something
that
like
maybe
that.
wasn't so bad, but
with all these advertisements, bro, I wouldn't be shocked if the fucking crown.
oh,
just says
I got a
it.
comment about that too later on.
It's gonna, bro,
Bro,
like LA. Whoever wins this freaking this
Doritos,
crown,
King of the Ring,
right? Doritos, Burger King, right?
Yeah.
Fucking what else? Fucking K Jewelers. I don't fucking know, some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, bro, the briefcase says Cash App on it, dude. It's just like the ladders say Fireball, right? What else? The tables say freaking Slim Jim. I mean, come on, dude.
I'll say it right now. So that there's a spot, because we don't have to get into it, but there was a spot like in the main event, and Joe Tessitore, like, because they have to make it a point, like, oh, he's pulling out the Slim Jim table,
right?
And man, if you saw Cody go through this table, and like, I'm all for the wrestler's safety, so if it's safer, it's whatever. But the way the table like gave way and broke, I mean, I wondered, like, these are like whole new like Slim Jim tape, like, because it was such a, oh my god, it just looked like shit, man. The way it broke.
Yeah, we'll get into that main event later on. All right, man. Up next, we got Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu comes out. He cuts a promo, talking about turning on Solo from Money in the Bank, costing him the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's like, oh, you don't define my success. I'm on my own 2 feet because of me, not because of you. Solo shows up on the Titantron with JC Mateo in the background, and Solo's just pretty much says, hypothetically speaking, like, I brought you into this world and I can freaking take you out of it via satellite or whatever the fuck Solo Sikoa was. And that was pretty much it, man. So, I mean, guys, again, I really like Jacob Fatu. I don't know why he's a face. You already have faces in this company. You have so many goddamn faces. You need freaking heels. Why is Jacob Fatu a face, bro? Oh, because he's getting cheered. He's a cool heel. Okay, bro. Like, then work hard enough to make this dude, bro. If I was legit, had pen to paper, if I was in that creative writer's room, I would do anything and everything for fans to boo this fucking guy. I promise you. I don't give a shit if people like to cheer him because he's the cool heel, and I get it. There's people like that. I understand. But
Sure.
as a creative writer, I would do anything in my power to make sure that this dude gets fucking booed and is looked upon as a fucking heel. Just because people are all of a sudden cheering him, Triple H is just like, well, fuck, the fans are fucking cheering him. Like, shit, even though I just brought him onto the freaking company, I guess we'll just turn him freaking face. No, dude, you have faces. You don't need any more faces. So that's number one. Number two, guys, I mean, this is a recycled storyline, bro. Again, you take out Solo, so you take out Jacob Fatu, or excuse me, a Roman Reigns, you put in Jacob Fatu. You take out this person, you put in Solo. You take out this person, you put in that person. And then Hikuleo just had a freaking a dark match, so you know Hikuleo's going to be a part of it. It's like, dude, it's rinse and fucking repeat. It's the most recycled, gurgitated shit I've ever fucking seen. It's like, it's never gonna end, bro. Hikuleo's gonna come on to the freaking the storyline or what's left of it. It's just I don't care for it, bro. It's just like so many people, Brian, to where you bring in someone like Hikuleo. You just brought in people like Penta, Ray Phoenix, Rusev, Aleister Black, and now here, and JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb, and now here comes Hikuleo. And guys, when it's all said and done, outside of, again, this bloodline shtick, because look what Rusev and what Aleister Black are doing right now, bro. Is anybody talking about Rusev and Aleister Black since they've gotten back? The answer is no. Their answer is no. They're not creating headlines. They're not doing anything. Cut the bullshit if you think you are, for anyone listening or watching. That's number one. So for Hikuleo, guys, like, what are you doing to where this guy comes onto the scene, to where you just had JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb come onto the scene, to where he comes out, and you remember freaking, what was it? Freaking Backlash, I believe. Nobody knew who this fucking guy was. He's, again, just another fucking bootlegged bloodline member. Is that what Hikuleo is going to freaking be now? To where I guess you're pampering him up with dark matches, and he's going to come onto the scene and look dominant for maybe a week or two. And then he's going to be in a match with maybe Jacob Fatu or somebody along those lines, and he's going to lose. Like, what the fuck, man? It's just like, again, bro, directionless. They don't know what the fuck they're doing other than doing recycled, regurgitated storylines. Oh, are you Samoan? No? Well, you look Samoan. Let's put you in the storyline.
Right.
Fuck, man. Brian, any takes, man, as far as Jacob Fatu and Solo?
So I will say a couple of takeaways, particularly with Fatu, and you'll see, every a wrestler every so often comes through, like Stone Cold, back in the day. I think Fatu, to whatever creative's defense, I guess, I think he's reached a point where he's he's gonna be cheered. He's kind of that guy, I don't know how much, there'll be a time, again, once he has a face run and, he's beloved, and then you turn him on he'll turn on somebody else beloved or whatever. Yeah, you'll do it that way. But he's like one of those guys that just, it's him. He's got that aura, that charisma about him. And I will say for Solo, like that, I don't know, his delivery last night in that little segment, I really liked it, man. I don't have faith that this is going anywhere. Yeah, like the whole way through, man. Like, it was good. That was good.
Yeah, Solo's getting better. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dude, he was money. No pun intended. He was money in that freaking ladder match just from from last week, dude. Like, he was pretty, like, mocking everybody's shtick and everything and showing his personality. Absolutely.
I think he's starting to find, because even in this promo, he's starting to find the right mix of a little bit of, like,
seriousness,
snarky jokes, like, mixed with the smartness, or mixed with the funny comedic, the heel,
yeah.
So I think he's starting to find it, man. I think, at least it seems so.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Again,
I agree.
Like you also said with the bloodline, man. It's like don't turn this into just NWO, man, where like it's just this offshoot of the NWO and that offshoot of the NWO. It's
Hmm.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Either kind of like loosely like, yeah, I mean, you can mention the bloodline or whatever, because obviously, yes, they're still all related and it's a story.
Hmm.
But if it's still going to be kind of a central focus of the story, like this bloodline or join my bloodline or that bloodline, and
Yeah.
then it's
That's
NWO, man. It's
yeah.
it's NWO.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what this has been, bro. It's just been
Yeah,
non-fucking stop. That's what it's been. It's bringing in Hikaleo. Let's bring in Jeff Cobb. Let's just keep doing the
right.
same thing to where it's not even help. It is, and because like you said, I think Solo Sokoa has done very well, and has
Yeah,
improved a lot. It's unfortunate that on top of just the horrible booking that he has gotten from the Cena loss not too
yeah,
long ago. I
yeah.
think it's been a
Right,
year and a
right.
half or so, to where they never rectified that, and now it's like he's in this shtick with the bloodline or whatever's left of it, and he's like he can't
Right.
get out of it. And he's
Yeah,
just stuck
right, right.
now. Like they don't know what else to do other than regurgitated bloodline shticks. Now, at first it was with Roman, now it's with Fatu. He's gonna bring Hikaleo in. Like, guys, what are we doing,
Right.
bro? Just fucking end it. Like, can we do something other than this repetitive recycled garbage and have things feel fresh and
Mhm.
everybody go into a different another road or path or something? It's just like, my god, man, because it's not, I'm sorry for Jacob Fatu's face turn, it's not helping him, it's not helping Solo Sokoa, to where, yeah, we see the slight improvements in Solo Sokoa's game, absolutely, but it's unfortunate that because of the booking and the fact that it is recycled, it is regurgitated,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
overshadowed. It just is, where nobody cares still about Solo. So that's just what sucks, man. And then what, guys? Is Priest gonna be involved? Right? Is Priest gonna be side by side with Fatu? Now it's just
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, yeah, for
and now we're gonna
sure.
put that on hold. We're gonna act like that Damian Priest like never voiced out and challenged Jacob Fatu for that title, or maybe they still will, because fuck
After
face
they're done with
versus.
the bloodline, then they'll be, or the bloodline or whatever, then they'll be like, or towards the end, then they'll play the, oh, what if, you hit me by accident, or you tagged me in and I
Yeah,
was, they'll do that shit.
that
Yeah.
miscommunication shit, to
Right,
where, oh,
right,
can
right,
they
right.
coexist, right? That fucking bullshit.
Right.
It's
For
just like,
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
just, and then like, oh, they'll have the match because now that they're gonna have a face versus face title match, right? And then it's just like, oh, they're gonna have mutual respect and they're gonna fucking shake hands, right? Guys, that's what I'm saying, bro? Is that really the direction for Fatu and for Priest and for Solo in this whole thing, man? Like, come on, and or what? Are we just gonna throw at once again? Are we gonna throw in Solo and freaking what, Damian Priest and Fatu, make it a triple threat, maybe add another person, make a fatal four-way? This is what I mean, bro.
Yeah, right.
Non-stop on a loop for this title and for these people involved. It is so recycled. There's no direction. Nobody knows what they're doing. And this is what you got. Just everything. It's just like you do the same thing, the same format. You just take out some people and just pluck in some new people. That's just what you're doing.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's just frustrating, man. It really is. But yes, shout out to Solo. He is doing a really much better job. And again, I thought again he was solid in that ladder match. For
Yeah,
again
no, for sure. He
playing the
absolutely.
heel and doing his
I think
shtick.
he
Yeah,
kind of, for that match. I mean, he didn't win, but he was the highlight of the match for me.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. We got another first round Queen of the Ring matchup. This is Jade Cargill, Michin, Nia Jax, and Piper Niven. To say that this match was sloppy is an understatement. That this was not a good match. I'm sorry. This was all over the place, but when it was all said and done, Jade Cargill wins this match, and she will move on to face, I believe, Roxanne Perez in the
Yes.
semifinals
Mhm.
for the Queen of the Ring tournament. So I don't know, man. Look, I mean, is Jade Cargill gonna wear that Burger King crown? Is that what we're gonna fucking do for Jade Cargill? I mean, possibly. So where maybe it's Jade against frickin' who? Frickin', I mean, of course, we'll get into the other Queen of the Ring matchup later on. to where you got the other side of the bracket, right? Maybe like a Stephanie, because Stephanie is in that other column of the bracket to where Stephanie's going to win Monday night. Even though Asuka's in it, a returning Asuka, bro, Asuka's not getting shit, unfortunately. It
I
just
don't
sucks to say.
know. I'm still holding off for that. I think again, man, or maybe it's just my hope again because of how she returned that she's got to win the Queen of the Ring, man. It's like she's got
You
to.
got
She's
more.
got
You
to.
got more hope than I do, bro.
I
Because I
hope,
got
man.
zero.
I hope.
I got fucking
Yeah,
zero.
yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because I love Asuka, but I have no hope, man. I really don't. I think just the fresh flavor of
Hi,
the month
Bill.
is Stephanie. Video coming soon, by the way. Stay tuned for it
For
on social
sure.
media. But yeah, I mean, listen, shout out to Stephanie. I mean, she's the flavor of the month right now, and that's honestly the hot hand, and that's just where they're gonna go. So again, Brian, you got more freaking hope than I do, because I got zero for Asuka. They're gonna place her maybe back with freaking Io Sky, right? And freaking with Kyrie, just to be role players in a storyline that maybe Io Sky's in or some shit, possibly. Because that's all we have.
Who knows?
So who the fuck knows? So with Jade, I mean, listen, I mean, you had who else? Michin. I mean, come on, guys.
Even in these two matches, and I guess you can't, even in the women's, right? In each of the women's matches, or like that women's match is coming up, like the only two winners, it's either going to be Stephanie or Asuka. In this match, it was either going to be Nia or Jade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Jade. So she goes on. She's gonna face Roxanne. She's probably gonna be in the finals, because I do feel like with Roxanne, it's gonna, this whole shtick with Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day will take part in that. To protect Roxanne. So we'll see. So we'll see in regards to that. And then for Jade, she'll go on to the finals and face God knows who. Maybe Alexa Bliss. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, do you think that's what I'm saying, man?
Or it's Stephanie.
It's got to be
either
Asuka.
one of the two.
It's got to be Asuka to me, because that's what I'm thinking. It's the final is Asuka and Jade. Hopefully, they give it to Asuka. You know, Jade. You know, again, she'll get there. You know, but I can also see them giving her this right now and having her build on that for the next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. As of right now, I feel like they're gonna give this to Jade as of right now. That just seems like where they're gonna go, because again, of the direction for Roxanne, Stephanie will get a victory here too. And people like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, we'll get into that later on. But
that's right, because they got that. Yep.
Exactly. We'll get into that matchup later. So yeah, I mean, look, Jade, I mean, she's going to be given a crown and a Burger King crown and a scepter. Is that going to catapult her to build her up? I don't know. I really don't. And getting her a title match against, I don't know, maybe, because right now you got Io Sky and you got freaking Tiffany as your two champions. You got Naomi holding.
Does it have to? It has to be at SummerSlam too, right? It's like specifically for
SummerSlam, because that's what they did last year. It'd be weird to go against that now with no explanation. So it's gonna most likely be at SummerSlam. So who the fuck knows, man? Again, this company doesn't like to make things make sense. Even with the men of where it's going, like you have pretty much all faces that are going to be in the semifinals, which just makes no sense at all. So yeah, man, and I expect nothing else less for the ladies for it to make honestly any sense at all. But we'll see. We shall soon find out. Speaking of Miss Money in the Bank, Naomi, she comes out and she cuts a promo. She's got a briefcase in hand. I can't wait for her to redesign that briefcase. Maybe it says like caution all over it. That'd be pretty cool. So Naomi comes out. She says some words. And Tiffany Stratton comes out and she pretty much tells Naomi, he's like, listen, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Cash in on me right now. Like, let's do it now. And Naomi's like, she says like, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I'm going to pick my time. Right. You better proceed with caution. Right. She calls a fan a bitch in the freaking crowd.
Yeah,
she was
like, I know.
It's like,
because they were trying to do the what?
They're trying to do the what chant. I actually
you heard me.
Bitch, you heard what I said.
Shout out Naomi.
I thought that was great. And also like the amplification in her voice, I just thought was Tiffany was even startled. She was just like, oh, she was in the fucking ring. So Naomi's great. Shout out to her. So then Naomi leaves the ring. Tiffany is in the ring, hoisting up her title, and Nia Jax comes out. Nia Jax comes out, attacks Tiffany, lays her on her ass, literally and figuratively, with the frickin' top where the bonsai Okozuna splash from the second
Mm-hmm.
rope. Naomi tries to cash in, but then Nia Jax is like, "You sure you want to do that right now?" And Naomi's like, "You're right. I'll just waltz my way up the rampway." Um, again, man. So look, again, I really think Naomi and Tiffany a feud now with two of these characters, Naomi as this fresh new heel persona and with Tiffany Stratton, can be really good. Yes, they've been in
Man.
multiple matches before and we've seen the matchup before, but with a really good feud and a story. And now you have Naomi as this diabolical heel character. This can work and it could be really good. But then you have Nia Jax come out. And Brian, I know you're a Nia Jax fan. This really has nothing to do with Nia. But guys, you're telling me we're going to go through another Tiffany and Nia Jax story again? Just to fucking what? For again, to where Naomi just felt like a spoke on the wheel, bro. She didn't feel important. She was just overshadowed from Nia's freaking involvement. And I get it, what they were trying to do, but it's just like you're telling me in order for us to get captivated of when Naomi cashes in this briefcase, and for Tiffany Stratton's sake, she's going to be in another match with Nia Jax. What is that doing for Nia? Right, to where she's not going to win that championship. And number two, and nor should she, by the way, I'm sorry.
Right.
And number two, what is it doing for Tiffany, bro? To where she's going to be in with Nia Jax in a stop and go story, whatever they're doing with one another. Again, it just like, why? What is this accomplishing? Putting Tiffany with Nia again? I just don't understand it. So I'm mixed, Brian. I love the idea of Tiffany and Naomi, but doing Nia Jax and Tiffany again because of this attack in the next couple of weeks, I don't see how that's just going to get people interested and to get people captivated for this cash in and for Tiffany Stratton's title reign as a whole. So I don't know. But what are your takes, Brian, overall?
Man, so you're right about Nia, man. Like this. Well, let me start with Naomi, man, because she is fucking killing this character. Like 100%. Her laugh,
she is. Yeah.
the everything. The promo last night was great. The way, like in the moment, she addressed the fan. Like she is 100% on her game, nailing it right now, and I fucking love it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this should be a kind of where, namely, she's got the briefcase. She can kind of tease it anytime and, play the games with Tiffany. Yeah, like that should be the focus and the feud going forward here, no doubt. And as much as I am a fan of Nia, like they had their story in that little run. And yeah, you got to go with like the main focus of Naomi and Tiffany here.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely, dude. I mean, it's there's something there, man, with Naomi and what she's doing and
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton. If you really want to get people, I guess, reinvested in Tiffany Stratton's title reign and what she's doing, man, put her in there with Naomi, dude. There's something there that you can tap into, but again, bro, this company, bro, they never want to make things make sense. Let's throw Nia Jax in there and let's do
I don't know. I mean,
regurgitated
are we still
matchup.
doing like triple threats and shit, or like,
I just don't
I mean,
understand.
I guess I can understand like maybe Nia has another match or something, and again Naomi's out there kind of teasing it or whatever. You can do that for maybe a couple weeks at most.
And even
but
for Nia Jax's sake, like, what is another loss going to do? Like,
right,
I don't
yeah,
understand.
for
Like,
sure.
it's not even helping Nia Jax. See, that's why I'm frustrated because, like,
yeah.
I want what's best for Nia Jax. It's not that I have anything against Nia Jax. It's just that she's going to lose this match because she has no business winning this title right now.
Yeah.
What is this benefiting her? She lost to frickin' Tiffany already. You were stop and go with this storyline anyway from when Tiffany cashed her briefcase in on Nia, right? The story went nowhere. You didn't evolve it and nobody cared for it and it was done. And now you're trying to continue to go back to it like there's any spark left. It's so stupid. I don't understand it. It's like we take something and like, let's just overcomplicate the fuck out of it. Let's throw Nia. Let's throw Naomi. Let's throw Tiffany. Let's throw your sister's ass. Let's throw this motherfucker in. It's like, what are we doing, bro?
And I'm sure somewhere along, I mean, I'm not, I don't think Bianca and Jade and Naomi are done either,
Oh no. I mean,
so,
once Bianca gets healthy, because she is dealing with an injury, so you know that Bianca and Naomi will have a matchup to where I guess Naomi could be champion by then, to where maybe Naomi wins this title. And I mean, I don't know if you would do this at SummerSlam. Is that so? Would you possibly
No,
do?
I don't mean like now, or even the
Yeah,
summer
no,
necessarily. Because
that's what I'm saying. Right, no,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Because obviously you can't do it now in such a short amount of time. So
yeah.
I guess for you to do Bianca and Naomi, would that be? There's no way you can stretch that out
I
to
don't. I mean, like how
WrestleMania.
long? How? Because it's not like a super serious
No, it's
injury
not a
with
super
Bianca, right?
serious injury.
Yeah.
No, but because of how, again, and I'll give, WWE this credit to where for a couple of weeks they've done really good job of putting these two in really good scenarios of going
Mhm.
back and forth, and the fact of how they were so close and actually being a tag team, and the matching gear and the turn, even
Yeah.
though I thought it was kind of as far as, I guess it was, what's the word I'm looking for? As far as with Jade, I feel like there was not much direction as far as evolving who attacked Jade, but the story within Bianca and Naomi and how close they did get because of Jade's absence definitely,
Right.
I
Right.
guess you could say, helped the blow, soften the blow. But you would think because of that, Brian, they would do this, I guess, I don't know, for a big pay-per-view or some sort of big
Oh
event,
yeah.
I guess
Yeah. It'll
maybe for
be
Survivor Series,
Survivor
maybe
Series,
down the
maybe.
road.
Yeah.
So possibly. So that's possibly what they'll do. But man, the way that Naomi's rocking right now, I don't see
She's
how in the near
nailing it,
future
dude.
you don't give her
Sh-
this championship at some point.
Yeah.
And I love
100%.
Tiffany. I do like Tiffany Stratton. And again, I'm not saying that Tiffany Stratton should be losing this at any given moment, right as of right now.
No. No.
Because yeah, I mean, how long has Tiffany
It's
held
just
this title?
whenever, and whoever Naomi cashes out in one, she's got to. It has to be a successful cash in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think Tiffany's held onto this title for what, 5 months now? I think it's been about 5, 6
Yeah.
months. I
Yeah.
think about a
Maybe
half a
something
year
like
now.
that.
And that's what sucks, man. She hasn't really done it really. And again, it's no fault to her
Kind of
own,
like
but
Rhea Ripley, like if you remember her run,
I mean,
it's
dude,
weird,
Io
man. Like,
Sky, bro, Io Sky's holding on to another world title. What the fuck is she doing? That's what I mean, bro. This company is so directionless, bro. I can't think of anything memorable about Tiffany Stratton's title reign. Brian, the only thing, bro, maybe I'll remember is with Charlotte Flair and the fact that Charlotte Flair threw out a Ludwig Kaiser dig about her
right?
being
I'll
a good
remember
heel.
that it
That's
got
really
like
it.
actual real,
Yeah,
actually real for a minute. Yeah.
right. That's really it. And that's what sucks. Outside of
Hmm.
that, bro, there's been nothing. They had nothing with Nia Jax to where it was stop and go. They completely halted that momentum. And just once the Charlotte Flair thing was done, that's been it. It's just been they have no direction for Tiffany. Let's just be in cruise control until frickin' SummerSlam, I guess. And same with Io Sky, dude. I forget sometimes. I legit, guys, I shit you not. I forget that when I see Io Sky backstage, oh shit, she's the fucking champion right now. She's holding on to a world title, guys. It's bad. It is so
And
bad.
and I think I've talked about this maybe in our last video, man. But like it's that kind of shit, man. Where again, this is scripted. This is booked.
Mm-hmm.
So you put the title on Neo, which is great. I'm a fan. I love that. But then like you don't even you barely have her on the show. She's not in anything. And then like how do you what are you
Mm-hmm.
doing, man? It's like you
Yeah.
intention like there is a strain, I think, that is you might have hit it on the head until all associations of McMahon's are out, that there is a strain that runs through there that even if the fans are cheering you and it's clear, like, yeah, we love Io Sky and that's great, she's a champion, and what you were, kind of the storyline you had put her into, that was shit. And it's like, okay, you put the belt on her, but then you do nothing with them, essentially,
Yeah.
like seemingly intentionally sabotaging it
Yeah.
just to
It's
get the
it's
belt
like they're
off and then say, like, oh, it didn't work. Well,
right.
you
The
never
book the
fucking gave
booking
him anything.
exactly. It's like the booking is it their booking is just as bad even without the title. It's like sometimes even like sometimes
Yeah.
with freaking when Io Sky held the women's title the first time going into WrestleMania 40 last year. like it wasn't that great. Let's be honest. Like all of these, Bianca Belair, like even though she held on to what was it, the Raw Women's Championship not too long ago, she held it for 300 plus days. There was hardly anything memorable about it at all. There was no plan. It was just it was a day by day experiment to where, guys, just because somebody will get a championship, or like, oh, we should put the title on this person and that person. What is it doing? What is a championship doing rather than putting the
If
title
you're
on
not going to
somebody
follow it up with something,
and
man, something
following it up?
substantial, like yeah,
Right, exactly. It's just like we place the title on somebody and the company's like, well, you got what you want. Now you can shut the fuck up. Fucking,
yeah.
it's so dumb, man. It's so dumb. So we'll see. We shall see. Speaking of champions, just being irrelevant, or a division being irrelevant, that's the tag division. As you had the Wyatt Six, which was Gacy and Loomis, was in a tag match with Motor City Machine Guns. And the Wyatt Six pick up the W. I think Uncle Howdy was at the rampway in his rocking chair.
Yeah,
And
and
Motor City, was it
what's her
Nikki
name?
Cross? Nikki
Yeah,
Cross?
yeah, she was there
Yeah, Nikki
too.
Cross was
Yeah.
out there too. And guys, the Wyatt Six just win the match and that's it. So guys, what are they gonna just run through the whole tag division and they're eventually gonna win tag titles? And guys, and then what? But why did the Wyatt Six need championships, bro? Why do they need to run through
Yeah,
like,
that's
listen,
like
we get it.
they shouldn't be tag team champions. Like that's
No,
not, you know what I mean? No.
like it's like we've lost the fucking plot about, like, okay, cool, like they're looking dominant, and but like, bro, they won a wrestling match. It was a match. It was nothing. They're not doing anything memorable. You're not building any momentum. You're not picking up any steam. You're doing the same regurgitated promos that you're having freaking Bo, Uncle Howdy spew, that legit goes nowhere. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, to where maybe like for Uncle Howdy and Bo, maybe they know where their messages lie and what they want it to be. But WWE doesn't have a fucking clue. That nobody does,
And
bro.
it seems like it never gets there for the the vision to be realized, so to speak. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah.
Exactly. It's just like, dude, they were thrown in a match. So they're gonna beat what? They beat frickin' Motor City Machine Guns. Okay, are they gonna beat DIY next week? Are they gonna frickin' beat your tag champions? By the way, what the fuck are we still doing with the Street Profits, dude? Are they faces? Are they heels? What are we doing with your tag champions, to where we'll have the Wyatt Six plummet through everybody? And like, I mean, I don't even think that the champions were even on the show. I don't even think the Street Profits
Well,
were
in the
even in the
backstage,
show.
they were in that backstage little
That
segment because
backstage
it
segment,
was,
right? Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
So back to back weeks, they were in a backstage segment for what, maybe 90 seconds tops in a 3-hour show, mind you. Your champions,
yeah,
guys. These are your
yeah.
champions. That's what pisses me off, Brian. It's just like, oh well, Jay, but you want the Wyatt Six to be dominant. You wanted them to win, guys. But winning wrestling matches is just, it's just a piece of the whole pie, right? It's not the entire pie. Just because they're winning matches, if their booking is not in order, it doesn't mean anything. Like, if you're winning matches and having no follow-up and no storyline being built, it doesn't mean anything. There's nothing there. There's nothing to build here. If they're another team, quote, team or faction that's thrown in this division, that's having random matches and is going to be in a cluster of other matchups with DIY and Motor City and Fraxium and all of these
Tornado
people,
tags.
and it's gonna go fucking, bro. It's gonna go fucking nowhere. And Brian, this is what I was afraid of. And once they debut, they had a really cool debut because it was on Bray Wyatt's birthday, right? With the birthday cake and everything, right? And then like once again, the following week, they just did the exact same thing. And now let's put them in nonstop matches every fucking week. Once again, bro, no direction, none, directionless at its peak. What do you think, Brian?
I mean, it answered, I guess, one question for me is like, who is the tag team within that group? So I guess we got that answer, and then of course you got Uncle Howdy, and then Rowan, I guess, will kind of be like the muscle, of the group.
Yeah.
And of course Nikki Cross as well. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, cool entrance. They won the match.
Sure.
Again, yeah, it's not like again, it's something like, even like James, you and I, yeah, we're huge fans of Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt Six, what it could
Right.
be.
Yeah.
But I don't think either one of us are like sitting here saying like, man, these guys need to be tag team champions in this
No, I
division.
don't
Like
need
it's
no.
not the Wyatt's. Like they
Right.
just kind of need to be like creepy and like fucking shit up and like
Yeah.
messing with people's heads and like just that's it. Like they don't holding belts. No, no,
No, like
no.
what the fuck, dude? It's just like I don't
Yeah,
need like I said this about Bray Wyatt all the time, bro. I don't need a title around the dude, right? That's the
no.
icing on the cake. I don't need a title
Yeah,
on him. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, let's put a title on that person and that person because they deserve it." Right? Let's put the title on because they're so good. Bro, I don't need a championship. Just give
yeah,
them proper fucking booking, right? Like that's like, bro, they're the Wyatt 6. Like, do you know the amount of creativity that you can do with this fucking group?
yeah,
Right? With with
yeah.
with I guess the history of what Bray Wyatt did with his character, along with the Funhouse and along with his other characters that you can tap
Hmm.
into, that you could tap into this fucking faction. I don't understand it. It's just like, oh, the
Yeah,
Wyatt
yeah.
Six are back. What do we got, guys? Shit. Well, it's Bray Wyatt's birthday. Should we debut him on that day? Okay, yeah, cool. We'll do a cute little cake and everything. Okay, what else? Shit, let's just do the same attack the week prior. Okay, then what else? Well, shoot, they're not in any matches yet, so maybe we should just put them in a matchup, and then maybe another matchup next week, and we'll go from there. That's what it
Yeah,
just comes across, dude, and it's so frustrating. It is beyond
yeah.
frustrating. Oh man. Anyway, let's move on. John Cena is, let's say, not in the best of mood. I forgot to mention this about Cena. I thought this was actually
What
funny.
at the backstage?
Yes, with Nick Aldis. I thought this was great. He like freaking this dude turned Doctor of Thugonomics real quick, and he freaking turned his hat back, and he got straight up in the face of Nick Aldis. I thought this just in a
Yeah,
screaming match. Like you couldn't hear what it was said, but you saw
yeah,
them like
yeah.
screaming at one another. I just thought that was just freaking great. Freaking Cena getting amplified. That was really cool. That got a kick out of me. I don't know why, but either way, John Cena is backstage. And he's looking for R-Truth. He goes up to Jimmy Uso and he's like, "Have you seen R-Truth?" Jimmy Uso's like, "No." And he's like, "Have you seen Ron Killings?" Like they're two separate people, right? And Jimmy Uso's like, "No, dude, I've not seen him. I don't know where he's at." And he's like, "Well, if you see him," he's like, "tell him I'm headed to the ring. Tell him to meet me there." And so John Cena storms to the ring, calls out R-Truth, but instead of getting R-Truth, Ron Killings, he gets CM Punk. CM Punk's music hits. And CM Punk enters the ring, face-to-face segment with John Cena, pretty similar to Monday Night on Raw. CM Punk does his thing. I forget there was a line that freaking Punk said to
Well, I
freaking
said that earlier. I forgot this was the second time Cena
I
came out, but
forgot what Punk said. I'm looking through my notes of what he freaking said. Oh, he says that he looks like a toddler. He looks like he's dressed like a toddler who just struck out a T-ball. I thought that was funny.
and then he mentioned
Uh
kind of like the PG Cena, gimmick that
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. So like, and then Punk is trying to make relations of who John Cena is now compared to who he was back in 2011. Like, oh, trying to ruin wrestling, taking the title and leaving with it, being the last real world champion. Sounds like you're sounding like CM Punk, right? So that's kind of like what they're doing as far as history from their matches and their
hmm, hmm.
rivalry from the early 2010s, right? So, they go back and they say words on the microphone. Again, Punk did his thing and John Cena did his thing. And, freaking Punk walks off. R-Truth attacks John Cena from behind, puts him in the STF. And then Punk was like, "Hey, the truth hurts." And he drops the microphone, mic drop, and walks up while security and officials come out to break up R-Truth and Cena. And that was your segment. So, I mean, look, man, Punk and Cena, Night of Champions, again, you know, as far as that, take it or leave it, I guess, whether you think this should be in Saudi or not. Again, what's sad, Brian, though, is that the talk is not even really about Cena versus Punk. You know what it's about? It's about Punk's controversy with Saudi and the stuff that he said about Saudi. That's what kind of sucks about this whole
Sure,
situation.
sure,
But
yeah,
look, man, as far as R-Truth, man, it's just like, again, he goes out there and he comes out there and he attacks Cena. It's just doing the same regurgitated brawl segments that we've seen from many other people. And it's just like, and you can give me all you want, guys, to where he's out there and maybe, yeah, he's not doing the comedic stuff anymore. Oh yeah, maybe he's not doing this anymore. But guys, you know what you would be doing right with R-Truth right now? Putting him in an actual story. Him constantly attacking John Cena, guys, is not a story. It's not, because your work doesn't make sense from what you followed up with after Saturday night's main event to what R-Truth is doing now, because what, he got sent through a table at a media scrum and now he's just attacking John Cena. That's not a story. I'm sorry. There's no direction with that. It's directionless. A story with the authority or the establishment, making it feel organic, reminding the fans that, wow, yeah, this freaking, at least, playing by the story, that this company didn't want R-Truth back. They were holding this dude back. Have it play into that story and tap into it, dude. This was too big. This situation is too big for R-Truth. And him coming back and him legit being this fucking over. And your response is just repetitive attacks against Cena. Come on, man. I know, everybody fucking knows that we can just be doing better, bro. What are your takes, Brian? This promo from Punk and Cena and then R-Truth's attack afterwards. What do you think?
Well, I got to correct myself from the beginning because I got the two segments confused there. Because I think I started talking about the Punk Cena promo, because this one was the promo that I really liked between both men. And even it's little tiny things, and it doesn't. I have to give props to Cena here. It's again, not overall the show was great, but like you said, when he was back there talking to Jay, like the way he delivered it reminded me of like a 1950 like detective you'd see on a movie. He was like, have you seen R-Truth? And he takes a minute. How about Ron Killings?
Ron Killings.
And then the way he did it, and like I don't know, it just struck me as like, that was pretty good how he did it.
It was funny. Yeah, absolutely, for sure, yeah.
So the Punk and Cena promo I liked. Again, I mean, as far as Killings goes, man, I have to wait until I see what happens. Honestly, 2 more weeks from now, because they'll have this match next week on SmackDown. I got to see how they follow, like what is happening after that. But I do say like this, that there's no need for this match right now next week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just come on, man. Come on.
I know. It's just like, I mean, cool. I mean, the promo with Punk and Cena was fine. Like you said, Brian, the backstage stuff with Cena, I thought it was better than what Cena was doing in the ring, honestly, or at least what was more just captivating to me, honestly, was the backstage shit. I'm not saying that John Cena was doing anything bad per se. But like, I think he said like something, he was like Mount Rushmore. He's like, he made his Mount Rushmore, John Cena, John Cena, and John Cena. I think that was in the first promo to start off the night. If
that was when Cody and Orton and LA Knight
came out. Yeah. So yeah, and then Punk's like, oh, like on your best day you can't beat me. That's going to be the same at Night of Champions, right? Going back to 2010 when
2011,
2012 when the rivalry was hot. I think it was 2011 was Money in the Bank 2011 when Punk, blew the
That's when he won, right? Yeah.
And left the title with or left Chicago with that championship. I still remember that to this day, bro. That's fucking,
man.
That's 14 years ago.
I know, dude.
Bro, what the
dude, fuck? I'm telling you, man, it only goes faster, man. It only goes faster.
Bro, that's bro, I remember watching that shit. I actually watched it live. I was able to watch the pay-per-view live, and I watched that shit. Bro, that was 14 years ago, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
That just hit me just now. So yeah, man, it's just like, so if you want, they got to tap into something, right? If you're doing this in Saudi, it just sucks though, Brian, to where a lot of people are just, I guess, tapping into Punk being a hypocrite because of, again, the things with Saudi. And that's kind of just overshadowing this whole situation between Punk and Cena, which again is a different discussion for a different day or whatever. But the main thing, my main takeaway though, man, is just R-Truth, because this dude has been arguably over the past weeks up until this point and maybe still to this point has been the most over wrestling talent in the company. And just this is just how you book him as just a spoke on the wheel. It's weird. It's just very odd to where again, like you said, the matchup with John Cena, you're already going to do that next week. You're already doing like the match already. It's just like you're not tapping into anything of what drew R-Truth or Ron Killings back into the company in the first place, right? That's the problem. To where, again, if The Rock was a part of this, if The Rock has been along for the ride, which he hasn't, which is, again, I don't know when you could possibly see The Rock, the final boss again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Can they still tap into that? Maybe, I guess. But if that was the case for R-Truth, specifically for R-Truth, if The Rock was part of that, to where The Rock is part of, the establishment, right? To where you can make it a work if it makes sense, to where things turn into a work, obviously. So if you wanted to tap into The Rock and the fact that John Cena sold his soul to the establishment, then going after Cena makes sense because he's part of the establishment. You can't even use that as an excuse because Cena's not along with The Rock, so he's not even a part of establishment. So I just don't understand how this just makes sense for Cena, for R-Truth. It's very odd. It's just very weird to me, but I don't know. It just sucks, man. It's just like, you take something to where it could have been so good. You have one chance and one opportunity to really, really make it catch fire and catch steam. And in 1 week, how just all of that build and all of that anticipation just kind of just is flatlined, So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe they rectify that next week. But Brian, I just don't trust this company anymore, bro. They're gonna have to just prove it to me at this point. I give no faith in this company because they haven't given me the benefit of the doubt for me to give at least my hopefulness to them, I guess, if you want to say that. So.
For sure.
Let's move on, man. Let's go into the next Queen of the Ring matchup. This was Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Alba Fire replacing Chelsea Green, and Candice LeRae. So the finish of this match to where Charlotte has the figure 8 submission hold. Alexa Bliss hits the Sister Abigail. I believe this was to Candice LeRae, and then Alba Fire is caught in the figure 8. Alexa Bliss covers Candice for the 3 count right before Alba Fire taps out to Charlotte Flair's figure 8. So it's kind of like at the buzzer type of moment to where like it was by a hair second, freaking Alexa Bliss, I guess, beats Charlotte to the punch, right? So where now you're going to start, I guess, I don't even see, this is what I'm so confused by, bro, or at least not confused, but just baffled to where they're going to pair up together. There's going to be this weird pairing with Alexa and Charlotte. Can it work if it's done properly? Sure. But, they showed like a little bit of respect. It's like, oh, hey, I beat you to the punch on that one. And Charlotte Flair to where she's not like upset, but she's kind of like, all right, I respect it. You beat me to it. And she walks out the ring. So clearly, like, you could see what they're doing. There's like this mutual respect. And Brian, I swear to God, because we've done this with Asuka. If you remember what we did with Asuka years ago, Asuka was your women's champion. And you know who WWE decided to tag along because people really loved Asuka at the time? Fucking Charlotte. We've done this before, bro. Instead of booking Charlotte Flair like a diabolical heel and just tapping into what the fans are telling you, you did very well with her in like, what was it? She spoke for like 90 seconds of like, oh, if you guys don't stop booing me, I'm going to leave and never come back. Like that brattiness and like spoiled brat type of shtick. It works. Tap into that. But instead, Brian, this company is so stubborn. They will do anything right now to get Charlotte Flair to get over as a face. They're going to try everything, and that includes attaching her with Alexa Bliss. You know why? Because Alexa Bliss is really loved by a lot of wrestling fans right now. You heard it at freaking what was it, Royal Rumble, and she's caught a lot of steam, and she's beloved by a lot of fans right now. And this company's like, well, shit, We want to get Charlotte Flair over as a babyface, right? Because forget booking her just as a heel or just booking her properly. We need her as a face, right? So let's tag her with Alexa, because people like Alexa. Guys, what is this doing for Alexa, right? To where you got to get Charlotte Flair over with this crowd. Because why? Because Alexa's getting that cheers, because Alexa is getting the responses that you want the reception to be with Charlotte Flair. Guys, stop it, man. Like, what are we doing? And we've done this experiment before, WWE. You did it with Asuka years ago, to where they won tag team titles. Asuka was the women's champion, and it didn't work. It didn't fucking work. And they're going to do it, Brian, again, to where both of these two are going to mesh into a team. They might win tag titles, and it's going to do nothing. It's going to do nothing for Charlotte, and it's going to do nothing for Alexa Bliss, because Charlotte Flair being alongside her is going to fucking drag her down. Because I'm sorry, nobody, and I mean fucking nobody, is going to cheer or have this admiration for Charlotte as a babyface. Right? So where, people are saying, well, she lost the match, so she's not winning matches. But guys, we see what the fuck they're doing. Instead of tapping into a heel, they're going to try to portray her more as a face with Alexa. We see what they're doing, bro. And it's just like, why? And why? So, Brian, maybe you have an answer, but what are your thoughts?
Well, at the match overall, man, again, it was one of those matches where you got 4 women in there, but it was either going to be Alexa or Charlotte.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I'm glad it's Alexa. Like Charlotte, I mean, I know, right? She calls herself the queen, so of course she's going to be in the tournament. But no, she does not need to be anywhere near the final of the Queen of the Ring. For the Alexa Charlotte Flair, because Alexa, she's not winning this. This is definitely the route they're going. I'm just hoping because I'm looking at it a different way. Like, yes, there was the tension, but nothing really happened. I'm just hoping they're not going to this where they're tagging. It's at some point it's going to blow up into the feud and go that way. I think could be good.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. But Brian, there's just something tells me that they're not going to go that route. I really do.
Yeah, maybe not.
They're going to have mutual respect for one another, right? So where first there was like this little, frickin', I guess you can say maybe friction or maybe frickin' Alexa went up to Charlotte and she's like, hey, years in NXT, you were the only one that spoke to me or talked with me. And I never forgot that. And Charlotte's like, I actually forgot about that. I don't remember any of that. So clearly Charlotte doesn't really care much about Alexa, but now this whole journey is for Charlotte to warm up to Alexa now. You see what I'm saying? That's just where I see where it's just going. And if that's where we're going, it's not going to do anything, Brian, for fucking anybody. Because I agree with you. Charlotte and Alexa in a feud, in a non-title feud. Yes, thank you. That's what I've been wanting for Charlotte, in a fucking feud that has nothing to do with the title. So that's great. But instead, bro, they're going to put them in a freaking tag team, because you're still trying to make this tag division relevant for the ladies. They're going to win tag titles. And guys, what are they going to do? Is anybody really going to care more about Charlotte Flair? They're not. You know why? Because you did this with Asuka years ago. It didn't work. It fell flat on your face, but they're so fucking stubborn. They're going to do it again for Alexa. So you're going to deteriorate Alexa and what she's doing, because how much she has been beloved by fans and the momentum and the pop that she gets every single freaking week. But let's put her in there with Charlotte, because we need to get Charlotte that same reaction. Stop, man. It's so fucking stupid. So I hope you're right, Brian. I really do. It's just that, and I would love that. I don't see that happening, and I hope I'm wrong, but we'll soon find out in the near future, but we'll see. All right, let's get to this main event. We got another King of the Ring matchup. This is Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Andrade, and Damian Priest. Like you said, Brian, they brought out the freaking Slim Jim table, did some table spots, right? But when it was all said and done,
I'm sorry to cut you off there, but just as a lifelong wrestling fan, and obviously they've used different, tables over the years, different chairs, whatever. But it just with this and how much they're going out of the way to promote it, and if you look at it and just the way and how easily it breaks, again, all good things and safety measures for the wrestlers. It just looks like It looks like when you bought the little wrestling sets when you were a kid, and maybe it came with like the table, and it's just like
The table.
that's what it
It's like
looks
what
like.
Pat
Yeah,
McAfee was like the little toy set, like Pat McAfee was using
yeah,
at Money in the Bank, like with the action
right,
figures
right,
and
right.
shit and the fucking table. And yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, for real. But so yes, when it was all said and done, Cody Rhodes wins this match to no shocker. I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch. I was on and off with this matchup. I was watching the Mets, who unfortunately lost and also got swept this weekend, by the way. Maybe more on that in a Sports Corner episode in the future. As well as College World Series, keeping up with the College World Series. So I was kind of
I'm
honestly
kind of
just
looking at
more
that right now. Yeah.
I was kind of
So,
just more entertaining because I know Coastal's playing as of right now. I'm going to watch that once we get done with this too. But yeah, I mean, I was just on and off. I knew what route they were going with. I knew Cody was going to win the
yeah.
matchup. Damian Priest is again. He's going to be alongside Jacob Fatu. We know where he's going. Andrade and Shinsuke. I mean, guys, stop. They don't give a shit. They're just there
Right.
for just to have a matchup and be on the show. So yeah, that leaves Cody Rhodes to win this match, and then the show just goes off the air. So that's what I mean. And this is what could have been great, Brian, about R-Truth, to where if you really wanted to tap into R-Truth and the establishment, end it with a cliffhanger. Give R-Truth,
Hmm.
Ron Killings, some type of follow-up and lead up to this whole situation to where you use it to your advantage, right? Make it feel like this company truly was against this dude, that didn't want this guy back in the establishment. Use that to your advantage. End something that ends the show with some type of
Yeah.
cliffhanger. R-Truth would have been the perfect person, or Ron Killings, to do that. I'm going to name them both names. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say R-Truth. I'm going to say Ron Killings at this point. But
It's
R-Truth,
hard.
bro, would have been something perfect to end a show with a cliffhanger. But fuck cliffhangers.
Yeah.
We don't give a
Yeah.
fuck at this point. We'll Triple H will remind us that he booked the show for 3 hours, right? Himself and Lee Fitting, right? It's like exec producing the show, right? It's like it's so weird, right? It's like seeing the ending credits of a movie before like the movie fades to black. It's like, wouldn't you want the show to wouldn't you want to like marinate the show before the movie or the show cuts to black and then you see the ending credits? Like, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a nitpick to me. I don't know. But still, man, I mean, Cody wins this match. Okay, cool. As we expected, but nothing to end the show to where like, wow, I got to watch 3 more hours next week. No, stop. What are your takes, man? Brian, this show as a whole and Cody Rhodes winning this match?
The show overall, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see because it's, again, you got a 3 hour show, and like the moments, that I enjoy, probably take up, 10, 15 minutes, I mean,
Yeah.
the matches are good. I'm talking about like the moments of the story.
Yeah. It's like Cena
But
backstage and like
right,
maybe the
right.
R-Truth attack at the start of the rampway.
Exactly.
I
At the
get, yeah.
beginning, even Alexa Bliss winning, and kind of how that match ended with, the way it ended, I thought was good, and the little
Naomi and
tension.
her staying with that briefcase,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
for most people. So
But yeah, all those, but then yeah, like this is the main event, and in all four of these matches, man, again, it's like there was two people that okay, it could be either one of these people, and the other two were just there.
mhm.
So yeah, this is the main event. You knew Cody was going to win it.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Nothing happens and it goes off the air. And okay, so he's in, I guess, the semifinal now of
Yep.
of the
King of the Ring.
the tournament. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Against Jay,
so
most
yeah, I
likely.
mean, four faces right now in the final of the King of the Ring. And even that is predictable. It's either going to be one set of the two, Jay against Sammy, Cody against
Mhm.
Orton.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man. Again, man, the one word I can just say, man, just like how I just see everything going as far as, I guess, longevity, because we want to use long-term storytelling for everything. It's directionless, man. There's no direction. I just don't. There's no direction I feel with R-Truth. There's no direction I feel with Solo. There's no direction I feel with Jacob Fatu. There's no direction for the tag division. There's no direction for the Street Profits. There's no direction for frickin' even for Randy Orton, for LA Knight, for nobody. There's just no direction. I just see anything going anywhere for anybody. I mean, hopefully there's a direction for Naomi and her winning the championship with this briefcase. There's some things to, yes, be hopeful about. But Brian, we know who we're dealing with right now, bro. We're dealing with this company to where they're either creatively inept, or they just don't know what they're doing, or they just don't care. To where for 3 hours, Brian, I just watched the show and I just don't see any effort. I just don't see any. I just see regurgitated storylines. I see storylines and segments that are not accomplishing really anything at all. And it's directionless. There's just no direction. And when there's no direction, bro, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose people. And that's what they're doing nonstop on the USA Network and on Netflix, bro. And yeah, you might be making a lot of money. I think freaking what Joe Tessitore even said, like, I swear to God, I feel like Joe Tessitore said something about largest gate numbers for that freaking arena that they were in, bro. Like even the announcers have to say this shit. It's so fucking weird. I'm not saying that to be a fact. It's just something that I thought I heard or overheard, at least from Joe Tessitore, who was on commentary. It's just so fucking weird. And I'm telling you, bro, to where like as the product gets shittier and shittier and shittier, TKO is losing more and more money, more billions of dollars, bro. Like we said, bro, give it 2 years, 2 or 3 years. This TKO and WWE will be sold to Saudi Arabia. Triple H will not be in this position 2 to 3 fucking years.
I think Saudi. If it's anybody,
it's Saudi.
It's going to be Saudi.
It's Saudi. Yeah. And I don't know if Vince McMahon is going to have any part in that. Who the fuck knows? As there's rumors going about Vince McMahon, so time will only tell with that. But guys, it's a mess, dude. And listen, I'll end it with this, and I don't want to make this freaking episode too long, but even though we're half an hour and a half in, but it's just that, like, again, it's just the excuse of the fact that it's TKO's fault, right? It's not even Triple H's fault. It's TKO's fault. I understand, guys. Does TKO have a part of why maybe the product is pretty shitty right now? Absolutely. I'm not even going to question that at all with the sponsorships, right? With the Slim Jim and fucking Cash App and Fireball. Trust me, I get it. It's an eyesore. It's a disgrace to pro wrestling and the imagery and the foundation. It's awful. It's really awful. But guys, that's just part of it, because at the end of the day, TKO is not booking these shows. TKO is not booking people like Alexa, like Charlotte, like frickin' Jacob Fatu, like LA Knight, like frickin' Tiffany Stratton. They are not back there writing these shows, guys. You know who it is? It's Triple H, Paul Levesque, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. At the end of the day, you can blame TKO all you want. The reason why numbers are down, frickin' sellouts, record sellouts are down, and the fact that everything is down is because of Triple H, Paul Levesque. That's it. And like we said, Brian, we may get our wish, because in 2 to 3 years, he probably won't be here because of the fact that who knows what the company or what everything in totality about this company is going to be in the next 2 to 3 years. And it's going to be interesting. It really is, man. But Brian, any final thoughts, man? Any final thoughts at all?
I mean, you're not wrong in either one of those. For this show in particular, I'll give it like a 50-50, just because I thought there were some like just moments that made me pop a little bit. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, yeah. But overall, I mean, we both have said it for months and months, prior to Mania, since they've come over to Netflix. It's just really underwhelming, man. Like across the board in so many ways, just really underwhelming.
Yeah, it really is, man. It really is. Yeah, and if we got to rely on little backstage segments, right? Like freaking 60, 90-second backstage segments to get at least like a laugh or a chuckle or a pop. That just shows you in totality for 3 hours, out of everything in 3 hours, then these little segments for 90 seconds is what's entertaining us. That just says it all. It really just does, man. So, because you're not wrong, because I'm in the same way, again, with Cena, again, with freaking Naomi, maybe to a degree, maybe Alexa Bliss winning a matchup, right? Little things like that. But in totality, bro, I just see a company right now that's just directionless with everybody involved. And until I see something different, that's just a narrative. That's just it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another edition of the Ruthless Talk podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys stay tuned for our Monday Night Raw review. We'll talk Monday Night Raw to see how they follow up. I believe this is pretty much the go-home show to freaking Night of Champions for Saudi, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. I think we got another week, actually. I think it's another week and a half, actually.
Is it 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks because it's on June 28th. So I still think we have another week possibly. So,
gotcha.
But we are getting closer to that Night of Champions PLE, which we will talk about at some point down the road, as well as we got a stacked freaking weekend coming up as far as pro wrestling pay-per-views and PLEs involving AEW, NXT, WWE Evolution, and so many other shows. A Saturday night's main event show. Speaking of Goldberg, that's probably where you might see him. I don't know if it's not Saudi, but more on Bill Goldberg, maybe later. Again, stay tuned for
I thought it was already determined that he was going to Saudi. So maybe that's my mistake. I thought it was already like, oh yeah, he's going to Saudi.
Confirmed. Yeah,
I guess could be.
It's still because of the fact that it's in Atlanta, so they could possibly do Goldberg and Gunther, and with Saudi, I guess they might leave it on the back burner. However, Goldberg's is what I heard is rumored to be live in attendance for the show. So I don't know if
for the Saudi show or
no, for Monday Night Raw for tomorrow.
For this night. Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. So who knows? As far as setting something up finally with Gunther, who the fuck knows?
Gunther chops the shit out of him, man. God.
Oh man, this freaking book it, guys. Fucking Brian Thomas versus Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania 42.
Oh, he'll crush me for sure. Like, I'm not saying I can take him by any stretch.
I don't know. With freaking the way he knocks himself out unconscious, Brian, you might have a chance. I don't fucking know. Anyway, you might see Bill Goldberg. You might not. Who the hell knows? But
my spite for Bill Goldberg is maybe only topped by Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Oh fuck! Shout out to Bret Hart. Yeah. Oh man, but yes, we got a whole lot of content coming your way, including Night of Champions, including Saturday night's main event, and including AEW All In for the middle of July. I think it's the weekend after the 4th of July holiday. So there'll be a lot of wrestling for that weekend, lots of content to cover. So stay tuned for all of that. And of course, you guys see the banner down below. Make sure you guys follow us on social media, both Instagram and TikTok. That is Ruthless_Talk. I want to thank everybody so much for getting us to 2,700 followers on TikTok, man. That platform continues to grow by the day. We've been putting in a lot of content, and a lot of people have been coming onto the platform and smashing that follow button. So for everybody that is for the first time watching this podcast, hello, hi. We appreciate you guys being a part of this platform, of this community. So we appreciate you guys so much. And of course, we got to give Instagram some love as well. Again, Ruthless_Talk as well. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Make sure you don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I think we are now 20 subscribers away from hitting 400. So make sure you guys spread the word, get us to 400 subscribers. Hopefully before we get to AEW All In, or before we maybe get to 4th of July. Would freaking love that. So if you guys know anybody who's a pro wrestling fan, make sure you drop a subscribe button, or make sure that they drop a subscribe button down below, whether it's a freaking, a Macho Man elbow, whether it's a freaking tsunami splash, a super kick. Just smash that frickin' subscribe button below and show the channel some love, show the platform some love. We appreciate all of you guys that have tuned into this platform and have liked, subscribed, and just make sure you guys stay tuned for much more to come. Brian, final thoughts before we end the show.
I'll just, again, thank you, everybody, for liking, subscribing, tuning in, man. And shout out to Coastal. I can't see the score right now, so I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, I got you, dude. Hold on. I got you, because I actually had the ESPN app on here.
Oh, nice.
Checking the score. They are up 6-1. Dang, in the bottom of the 8th. Bro, nice. Dude, this Coastal team does not lose, bro. It is unbelievable. It is unfreaking believable, this Coastal team, man. Again, stay tuned for some more Sports Corner talk, as we'll probably be talking this Coastal Carolina team, man, that refuses to lose. I don't know what it is.
Right.
They must be, again, whatever they're drinking or having for breakfast. Shit, I freaking want it. I don't know what it is, bro, but they're on it right now, man. So they're beating Oregon State 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning, man. Freaking, it's good to be representing that those Coastal colors, man. I'll tell you what, dude.
Yeah, man.
We'll be talking all about the College World Series once again for our Sports Corner edition. Stay tuned for that. And once again, for much more content to come on this platform. That is going to do it for today's episode, everybody. My name is James Porcelli.
I'm Brian Thomas.
Until next time, there will be a next time. Your boys are signing off, saying salute.
Peace out.
And take care, everybody. Top guys, we are out.